Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. So in the last episode we did a lot of stuff. We updated our storage room, built a big bridge that you can see over there, hired some new villagers, did some stuff with the mines, and built two houses round the back there, which I can't actually show you right now because I'm on top of the fountain for some reason. I'll go show you them real quick just in case you missed last episode. But today is actually going to have something that's a bit more impressive than just two tiny little two-person homes. We are actually going to be building a home that can house 18 villagers. I know, very exciting stuff. We'll get to that later on in the episode, but in the meantime, we got some other stuff to do. Okay, so I was about to record a clip where we purchased our first thing in today's episode, but suddenly I don't have enough because the prices yet again have gone up. So today is going to be an expensive episode. So look at some of these prices. A 6-person home costs 44 emeralds. The thing I actually want to do first of all is purchase a thing that really is not necessary, but I kind of just want to do it anyway. I would like a merchant stall, and it used to be like 20 emeralds, I think. It's now 44, and I only have 40, so I guess I'm going to have to do some trading before that. 55 emeralds, that should do us. I sold some baked potatoes to the merchant to get a few extra. Hopefully this is a sound purchase and I don't just regret doing this. I'm sure I will, but hey ho, we've got it now. Are you ready for the fastest time lapse that you've ever seen? I hope so, because, well, that was it. So the way the merchant store icon works is a bit different to the other structure markers. This is just something that can be placed on any block, doesn't have to be on a door or anything, and the merchant, damn, he's moved, there you are, will just sort of stand in the near vicinity of it. So I've made him just a little merchant stall, nothing too special. It might not even be permanent, but yeah, he's just going to stick around here so I don't have to like search for him throughout the village whenever I want to trade, which, yeah, 44 emeralds are well spent, I'd say. But if you guys have any other ideas for something kind of different we could do with the merchant stall, then where is he going? Probably home, I would imagine. Anything different we could do with the merchant stall, please let me know. For example, I was considering making this hole in the mountain a bit more cave-like, and then we could just put the structure marker in there and he would wait inside for me to trade with him. I don't really know what I'm looking for. I just kind of would like something a bit more unique than just a literal merchant stall. Having said that, I actually quite like the look of this little thing, so I won't really mind too much if we end up keeping it. But yeah, merchant stall, that's one thing already done with today's episode. The next one is actually going to be over this hill, if I can just climb over. There we go. This is where all of my trees are. This is where my lumberjacks go to chop things down, and as you can see, it's a right mess over here. There are logs flying about in the air, which I don't think I can actually do anything about, but yeah, the trees are kind of just planted randomly. There's no real order to it, and I think I'd like to change that, so I have no idea what I'm going to do, but yeah, basically I'm just going to try and make things a little neater over here. Some thinking time later, and I finally decided on just two little fenced off areas from one another with a pathway going through it. Simple as that. I feel like if I went too over the top, it might stop looking like a tree farm and start to look a little bit silly. So yeah, I would say I'm happy with this. I might have gone a bit crazy with the pathway. You guys will have to let me know if that looks kind of messy. I can always tone it back a little bit. I'm not sure if we have too many or too little trees here. I'm thinking, if anything, too little. So what I might actually have to do is hire a druid to only grow saplings, just so Mecklin and Krint, our lumberjacks, actually have some trees to chop. But I'll just have to like watch them for a little while and see how they get on. But you will notice at the end here, we have a gap for another tree. We have birch, spruce, oak, and we need jungle. I've been kind of putting off having jungle saplings around just because I don't think they're going to look really good here, but I can sell them to the merchant and that always seems to crop up in his trades. So yeah, I think we might have to go on a little bit of an adventure to the jungle. So for this trip we had to go a good 4,000, 5,000 blocks away, which takes some time when you don't have an elytra or anything like that. We went through all sorts of biomes, we had to cross a giant lake, but we eventually made it to the jungle, where I picked up all sorts of jungly items that we could possibly want, and plenty of saplings with some left over. Oh, and I also picked up a horse on the way home. I think I'm going to call this guy Ace. I'm giving him that name because whilst I was in Canada in September, we actually went horse riding and they were all in the pen. I'm not really sure what to call it. I don't know much about horses. But then this one horse who looks fairly similar to the one I'm sat on right now trotted up to me, who was super adorable, and his name was Ace. And yeah, he was great. So here's some photos of Ace and his very handsome face. But we need to find a place to put this guy. I'm going to stop rhyming now. I think I'm going to attach him to our swing set here. I guess the children can come out on recess and play with him or something like that, but I figured we'd make it official and give him a name tag. Anyway, I figured now would be a good time to get started on this 18-person house that I've been teasing. So a few episodes ago I had a comment from Marcus. I'm not too sure how to say your last name, Marcus, so I'm just gonna not say it and not butcher it. Left me a comment explaining how I can have multiple houses within one building with the staircase on the inside. I knew you could do it on the outside because I've done it on the blacksmith and that building over there, but I had no idea you could do it on the inside, so he was very helpful and explained how I would do it. So I messed about with some things in a creative world and I've actually come up with, yeah, an 18-person house. So I guess let's build the exterior, then we can do the interesting part, which is the interior. 18 villagers is actually quite a lot. I don't really know if we need that many. It's probably going to be a little bit overkill because the village can only expand to a certain point, and slowly but surely we're actually getting there. And that probably means we only have a limited number of villagers we actually need. I suppose there are some professions which we can kind of have as many as we want in, like the farmers and the lumberjacks and miners. It probably won't have any negative effect if we just have like a ton of them, but I would imagine 18 is good for some time, if not the entire time. Having said that, that does mean I won't be able to build any more of my little two-person homes, which I really like designing, so maybe I'll just have to build a couple of fake ones that the villagers can't actually use and they're only sort of there to look nice. But this house is actually going to be like holding 40% of the villagers when it's all full up, so I think it's going to be quite funny seeing like that majority of the villagers all like congregate towards one space at nighttime. It's going to be a very busy household. I actually really quite like this house. It's kind of huge and takes up a lot of room, and I've put it fairly close to the center for the reason I've just explained, because I didn't really want 18 villagers going super far away. Goodbye, Ace. See you in a bit. Yeah, I didn't want them having to travel super far, so I tried to locate it rather centrally. I haven't done the interior just yet because I wanted to explain what we're going to be doing. So basically we're going to be cutting this giant room here into 3 levels. We're going to have one in the top there, the like attic, loft, whatever you want to call it. Another one here just below the white concrete, or white terracotta, that's the word. And then another one on the bottom floor here. And then within the building we are going to have 2 staircases that are like walled off from this bottom floor. Hopefully this is making somewhat of a sense. I'm sure it will once it's done. Yeah, and then one will be going to the 2nd floor and one will be going to the 3rd. So yeah, that probably makes no sense right now. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and build it and then show you afterwards. Before we do that, I actually just really quickly want to show you something here. So 90% of the time I would say our teacher has no students to teach, so she doesn't really do much aside from sleep. Just kind of stand around here in the school, go to the tavern and go to the library, and she has been doing a lot of reading in her spare time. She must be rather bored because look at this intelligence. 82. I think the next highest on the villager that I've seen, in our village of course, is like 50 something. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool that our teacher is literally the smartest villager in the town. Excuse me, architect, I'm trying to record a clip here. So I have done the interior of the building, but before I can show you that, we do in fact need to purchase the homes. Now, I currently have enough to buy all 3, but I'm not sure if as I purchase them, they're going to get more expensive. So I guess we might as well just go for it and see what happens. So there is 1. Price stayed the same, that's good. There is 2, prices still stayed the same, so yeah, we should be good. Okay, we can afford all 3 with some emeralds left over. Did any of the other prices change? If I exit out and then come back in, everything seems to be the same, at least to my knowledge. Okay, let me go show you the inside of this building. Our first 6-person home marker is going to be going above the front door here, so we put that in and it should glow. All the houses should be lighting up yellow, or houses, sorry, beds I mean. Yes, they are in fact doing so. Now, there isn't a lot of room. Let's shut the door, making me feel uncomfortable. There isn't a lot of room in here for any other blocks apart from beds and chairs, and that is because we have hit the exact number of floor spaces needed for a 6-person home. So there are 72 spaces. I've explained this like many times in my videos, but just in case you don't know, I'll do it again. So each villager needs 12 spaces. There's a 6-person home. 12 times 6 is 72, right? Now this is basically all of the floor spaces add up to 72 exactly, so we were only able to put beds and chairs on the floor, hence why it's looking so empty in here. Now either of these two block things, this is actually the staircase up to the 2nd and 3rd floor. So yeah, this is the bottom floor, very boring, but that's not really the point of this house. So we go up to the 2nd floor, a very cramped staircase, but they will in fact use this, which is awesome. Or well, they did in my creative world, so fingers crossed they do in this one as well. There's the 2nd room, so they will notice that from outside. They will go in this door, follow the staircase up and be like, oh, I'm home now. So this floor is pretty much identical to the other one. It's the same layout except it's 1 block shorter, hence why we've only got little paintings here. Once again hit the exact block limit needed, 72. So we actually have to go back down to the bottom floor to go up to the 3rd and final floor, which is the best floor because it doesn't look boring and identical to the bottom ones. So you've got a nice little window, so yeah, we can place this one in here. Bed should go yellow as they are doing so. Yeah, we've got a bit more going on up here. So this will work the same as the 2nd floor does. They will notice it from the outside, climb up the big staircase, and yeah, come in here to sleep away the night. And this one's a little nicer than the other two because yeah, they're not really boring and symmetrical. We've got some floor space, so I was able to put some tables and a little desk over here with a plant pot, and yeah, it's all looking very nice, I would say so. I'm not sure whether they're going to use these doors or not. I might have already said about this, I can't really remember. But they might go out on the balcony and have a look around. If not, I can do it. I'm happy to come out here and have a look. It's got quite a nice view both sides, especially this one, I think. Yeah, I can pretty much see the whole village. So yes, that is the 18-person home. I can't really test it right now until we get at least 7 more villagers. So we probably won't be able to test it this episode, but you're gonna have to just take my word for it that it works. Maybe, actually we can do that right now. Let's hop over to my creative world where I built this and I can show you it actually working and functioning as a fully fledged 18-person home. Welcome to my test world, where you can see all of the houses that you've already seen once before, plus some that didn't quite make the cut, or even finish getting built in that one's case. Yeah, so this place is horribly ugly, but I kind of just need it to make sure everything works as it should be. So this is the 18-person house that we have just built. It's exactly the same, I'm pretty sure, block for block, except this one has all of its bed occupied, as you can tell there, green. So what we're going to do is what time is it? Let's just add 12,000 hours, and then it will go nighttime. Time doesn't move in this world, so it's constantly daytime, hence why all of my villagers are oh, they're not actually that unhappy. Well, some of them are. Anyway, I will cut back to you when they start getting close to the house, because it's going to take them a little while. And here they all come, some staying on the bottom floor, a lot of them trying to cram in the front door all at once. As I said, a very busy household, some of them going up to the 2nd and 3rd floors, settling in for the night. And yeah, as you can tell, all's working fine and dandy. They're all using the staircases as they should. None of them are getting stuck somehow, which is surprising, to be honest. I really thought they would. But yes, there you go. There's proof. It does work. So all of the villagers just exited the house and went back into the tavern. I'm assuming it's because time doesn't move in this world. And I just added another 3,000 ticks or time hours. Move time forward, basically. And look at them now. They are moving in formation, that is for sure, into the house. I'm kind of curious to see what happens when double digits try and cram through this front door. So I guess this is a good test. All seems to be working well. How are they managing with the staircases? Fine, a lot of them seem to be going on the bottom floor. And they're all inside, just like that. Fast asleep already, look at them. There is no delay with these guys. This is such a cool house design. Back in the real world now, and thank you Marcus for your suggestion of doing this. It's a super cool idea and I can't wait until we start getting some villagers and actually fill some of these beds up. But I did also get a comment from Bulwarker. I'm probably saying your name wrong, I'm really sorry about that. Who suggested a similar thing. Who basically explained I could do buildings inside of a building like Marcus said to us. And he also suggested about putting the school inside the top half of the town hall here, just to sort of save on some space. Now, we're not actually going to move the school because I quite like this building and I'd like it to stay. But we probably will need another tavern at some point because, you know, we have so many villagers and there's only like 15 seats in there. So I'm thinking when we do eventually do that, we won't do it this episode because probably won't have enough time. But yeah, we could put the tavern in the top half of this town hall because this is a huge building that doesn't do a lot and it takes up so much room, so it would be kind of good to get some other use out of it, I would think. Another suggestion I got was from Ethan Zweerink, who said in the butcher's building here we should make some sort of like a cold storage for the meat to be put in so that it wouldn't go bad and it could stay frozen. So luckily on my trip to the jungle I passed through an ice spikes biome and picked up some ice here. So I've got 6. I'm thinking we just sort of take out this here. Oh, I'm going to need another one there, I didn't bring enough. Okay, that's fine, I can go back for some. But if we just sort of place them around here... Oh, that's going to annoy me. We can just make that block. There we go. I think this is the first time I've built on camera, isn't it? That's kind of strange. I don't often do it. We usually do replay mod stuff. Yeah, so we can do something like that. Maybe? Does that look cool? Or am I just doing this all wrong? I think we're going to do that instead. I would say that looks a little better than having all the ice around it. So it would still keep it cool, you know, from the bottom. Maybe not for a very long time, but for long enough if he just needs to dump some in there and run over to the storage. Yeah, obviously this is entirely pointless. He wouldn't actually use it, but I really like the idea of having some sort of cold storage in here. So thank you, Ethan, for that. We're on a bit of a suggestion roll at the moment, and I'm just going to keep going with that. So I had a comment from the Sea Monster who said we should make these animal pens bigger, and I entirely agree with that. I think if we just increase their size by a little bit, and possibly hire a couple more ranchers so that they can keep up. Hello, Puma, how are you? Doing good? Yep. So that they can keep up with how many animals there's going to be. That will be a great thing for the butcher, for the chef, and just the entire village altogether. So this was a little bit of a pain in the butt to do. I didn't really want to break them out of their pens and let them loose and cause chaos, so I kind of had to build their new one around their current one. It was a bit tricky, and I could never decide on where I wanted to put the fence gate with the item frame. I'm just too indecisive, but we got there eventually. They're all set up, and yeah, they are substantially bigger than the previous ones. Now, because of this, that probably means we're going to have to hire some more ranchers, I would imagine. There are enough room in each of these pens for around about 15 of every animal, which is a lot, and if the ranchers don't keep up with feeding them, they'll actually starve and just die. So we're either going to need some more ranchers, some more butchers, or probably just one more, or actually some more farmland with some crops and more farmers to actually keep up production of wheat and carrots and everything to feed these guys. So yeah, I'm just for now gonna spawn 2 children. I have no idea what profession they're gonna be. Could be ranchers, could be farmers, could be butchers. It'll be a bit of a surprise. Oh, this is a bit of a dangerous one. They like to walk across the fire beam. So who we got here? Alaric Larondu with 9 intelligence, not bad. And Brianna Dunhall with 10 intelligence, also pretty good. My poor ranchers have been pacing back and forth working their socks off since we've expanded the animal pen, so I definitely think we need to make one of the nitwits a rancher, and I'm also thinking we make the other one a farmer, just to keep up with wheat supply and make sure we don't run out. So I'm going to go purchase these tokens now. Let's hop in. Oh, he's so loud, the bard, or she, sorry. We need you. I have done some more trading in the meantime and got a few more emeralds, so we should definitely have enough of this. Thankfully the rancher and the farmer are quite cheap tokens, so there's the rancher and the farmer for 6 emeralds now. So we are going to make, what is your name again? Brianna the farmer, I think. So there you go. What level are you? Level 11. And Alaric, our male nitwit, is going to become the ranger. So there's also a new skin for us to look at. Oh, what level are you? You are 16. Pretty good. Get ranching. Oh, you straight away. He's really going to get ranching. We do also need to change Brianna's stats here, although she is already harvesting the wheat. But yeah, I want to just untick all of this so she stays to wheat and wheat only. Yeah, I want more because the cows and sheep need wheat and the chickens also need seeds. We're good for carrots, but yeah, I don't really want to run out of this, and as you can see, it's not exactly that highly grown over here. So as we've got 3 wheat farmers, I've actually made a little change over here. I don't think I got around to finishing it. I did not know. So I made just like a little waterfall in the wall there. Looks a bit strange actually at the top. Maybe I need to like just break those 2. And then, hang on, we're going to do some water finagling on camera. Oh, good gracious. Okay, I've messed this up. I'll fix that off camera. But basically, I'm just going to plant a bunch of wheat around here. And I'll probably put some like half slabs here so it doesn't get trampled. Just so we have a bit more supply coming in. We have some wheat here that doesn't look like it can be hydrated by the water that we've got on show. That's because you might have actually been able to pick it up in the time-lapse, but I hid some water sources under some of the dirt blocks so that it was able to reach all of the soil that we've got. So I would say this is a good amount. We didn't need too much. Hopefully it gets used. It probably won't as frequently as that does over there, but I'm hoping, you know, if they harvest all of the wheat over there, they will notice this one and come over and harvest it. But I think it looks quite nice. Got a bit more of a natural feel to it as opposed to that one. I really like the waterfall. I did manage to fix it. But yeah, so hopefully this isn't too much wheat, but even if it is, we can just get another farmer. Oh, bye-bye, sheepy. See you in the afterlife. Oh, it's so sad when they go in there. Little update for the ranchers and the butcher and all of the animal pens over here. It's very loud. Sorry, I'll stand back a bit maybe. It all seems to be working rather well. I think they're doing good at keeping up. No animals have starved as of yet. So I think we're good with that. The butcher, as you just saw, is harvesting the animals. So we've got a good amount in each of them. We might not reach a limit for the cows, but that's just because they've been breeding these 2 for whatever reason. So yeah, we could probably hire another rancher, and I might at some point. But yeah, for now I would say this is good. There is just one last thing I'd like to get to quickly in today's episode, and once again it is to do with the lumberjacks over here. So these guys have actually been chopping trees like no other. There is usually 1 or 2 around, but that really isn't many. The majority of the time it's just leaves and saplings falling all over the place. So I think it would maybe be good if we could add another little fenced off area potentially around the back. And then if it does end up being too many trees for the lumberjacks to keep up with, we can always just get ourselves a new one. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I am actually going to have to change out a lot of this gravel over here because the dirt kind of just stops here, but that shouldn't be too bad. What exactly has gone on here? This is not meant to be here. There should be a log in replace of you. I assume this tree grew and connected its leaves with this log that is no longer here, and then he registered that as a tree and chopped it down. So yeah, we can actually prevent that though by replacing the bottom block with something that isn't dirt, and he'll like see it as a custom tree and leave it alone. So yeah, if that keeps happening, we can always do that, but I will replace that at a later stage. I have actually done the other area over here, and as you can tell, it's kind of remained untouched. No trees have been chopped, so yeah, we've got 10 of every tree now, which is too many for 2 lumberjacks. So yeah, we're definitely going to need at least 1 more. I actually spawned in 2 children whilst we were building the tree farm, so we have enough for 2 lumberjacks, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't really want to expand the tree area any more than that. So yeah, we're just going to stick with 3 for now, but that does mean we have another. I have so many emeralds, by the way. I've been getting really lucky with what trades the merchant has. So yeah, I've been making the most of it. I don't know what other profession to make the other child though, who is now a nitwit. I should also mention, where is the lumberjack? We will definitely get one of these. There we go. And I'm thinking the other one we get is actually a miner, because the mines are staying like fairly close to the start because the druid is doing so well. I don't know how Tavern is keeping up. I'm sure it's with help from I can't remember her name, Mildred, something beginning with M. I don't know, but they've been doing really good down there using their Earth Reform spell. So yeah, we're gonna make another miner. Excuse me, you should be in bed. I don't really know why you're not. It's nighttime. But do come back, because I would like to make you a miner before I actually, or before you rest your head for the night. So, oh, I nearly misclicked then. So we got Ono Star. We have 3, or basically all of our miners. I think we got like 5 now actually. Are all females. So we got a new skin here, which is kind of cool. And this guy has very high intelligence, 44, and level 22 miner. That's really good. Aha, there you are. Fast asleep. I don't really know why you're sleeping on a yellow bed, or you, Ono, but I will let it slide. I'm gonna try to do this very silently without waking her. So let's go around through the front entrance, and yeah, gotta be quiet here. Don't wanna disturb. Oh, okay, there we go. We are in. Okay, just lay there very still. I'm just gonna click on you real quick. Mirabelle, very nice name. Yeah, she's got good intelligence. Sorry, she's got good intelligence as well. Yeah, I'm really. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. I think she's gonna wake up, as she has done. Sorry, go back to bed, Mirabelle. Yeah, we also have 2 male lumberjacks. So there's another new skin, which is kind of cool. What level are you? 35. Wow, I think that's the highest we've ever had when we've like first given them a profession. There is just one last thing to do in today's episode before we can call it a day, and that is to actually, whoa, there he is, pimp out Ace a little bit. So I found this diamond horse armor that's been laying around in my valuables chest for quite some time, so I figured we'd just put it on him. I kind of don't like how it looks. Is that weird? I kind of prefer it without. I'm going to leave it off for now, and then you guys can tell me if we should keep it on him or not. But where's that lead gone? There we go. Let's take him for a little bit of a ride around while we end off today's episode. He's actually quite fast. Well, I think he is anyway. It's been a long time since I've rode a horse in Minecraft, so I honestly have no idea. 3 blocks as well as jump height is, which is pretty good. Anyway, I'm getting distracted with Ace, so yeah, we should end it here. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I really hope you did enjoy it. Next time, I once again don't have any plans other than adding the tavern to the top of the town hall, like I mentioned earlier. But yes, we will get to that next time. So thank you for watching this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.